Hey, welcome back. In this video, we will going to be looking at functions. So think of function as a block of code that lets you do a specific task. So let's take a look at an example. So what I'm going to do is create a function. So that's simple. I'm going to use the keyword function, and then you will create a name for that function. So in this scenario, let's say I'm creating a sum for two numbers. I will name this sum. I will do my parentheses, and in the parentheses I will add in two numbers, so I can create a variable here. So we don't have to do var over here, we can just directly write the variable. So I'm going to do num1 and num2. So these over here are called parameters. So you create a function, you assign a name to that function, and then you in the parameters you can pass in as many values as you want. And then I'm going to add my curly brackets. And over here, I can do whatever I want. So here, let's say if we're going to do console.log, and we will do num1 plus num2, right? So this is good. Now, let's say if I try to run this, obviously nothing happens. And the reason for that is this line of code won't get invoked until we actually call it. So for example, JavaScript would come to this first line. It will see, okay, there's a function called sum. It will jump to third line and we'll see, okay, someone is calling this function. Well, no one is calling this function, so it won't really print anything out. Now, if you actually want to call this function, what we can do is write sum over here, and in the bracket, we pass in the argument. So just keep in mind in terms of the terminology here, we're calling them parameters. When we actually invoking the function, we pass in as the arguments. And for the argument, I'm going to put, let's say 3 and 8, doesn't really matter what you put in here. If I hit run, we got an error, and I think that's because I spelled num wrong over here. If I fix this and run it again, okay, there you go. So this worked. We got 8. Now this time I can change this, pass in some other value, do this, and it's actually doing that. Now we don't have to write console log multiple times. We can just keep calling this function with different values, and it would just keep on working and print out the number, basically the result for us. And functions are not just limited to obviously printing stuff out, right? I can, instead of printing out, typically you would want to return something. So what we can do is, if I comment this out, same thing, I will just do return num1 plus num2. Now look at what happens if I actually run this. So nothing really happened here. So what's going on is, when we actually call this function, we're getting this data that is basically the value over here in this scenario 8 being returned. But we are not really doing anything with that value that's being returned. So let's say if I actually want to print this out, I do console.log, print this out, and if I hit enter, there you go. This time it's actually giving us the value 8. So what's happening is we this actually returned the whole thing. So the value of this converted to 8, and then we are just printing the 8 out. The same way, if what we can do is assign this whole thing to a variable. If I do this, for example, my sum to equals, and now I can print out console.log my sum, and there you go, it's 6. So basically what we are doing over here on the line 6 is pretty much same as what we are doing on line 9. Instead of assigning it to a variable, we are directly printing it out over here. So this is a pretty easy example of a function. Let's take a look at why we actually use a function. So obviously, like you noticed over here, instead of keep calling console.log, we are able to reuse our code. We are putting a logic. Let's say if it's in multiple line of code, we can reuse it as many times as we want, and we can take advantage of functions that way. Now functions we created it this way. There's another way, and actually multiple ways of creating a function. So another way to do this is assigning a variable directly to a function and then creating a function. So what that means is, I will do, let's say var, this time we'll do multiplication. So I'll do var multiply, and over here now I can create a function and then pass in same num1, num2, and everything else will remain same. So here I can do same thing, console.log and 1 times and 2. Now just like we did before, I can call this, I will do multiply 2 comma 8. If I run this, there you go, we got a value 16. So what this is called is actually a function expression. So what we are basically doing is we created a variable, and in the expression we provided a function. So that's the advantage we get. So we can also create a variable inside a function. So So for example, if I create another function similar this way, just the way we did over here, so I'm gonna do, let's say, division this time, and then I will do function n1 and 2, and then I'll create a variable here and call this, let's say, result, and then I would do n1 divided by n2, and then I would return the result here. So I created a variable called result, and then I'm returning the result, whatever we are getting when we actually do n1 divided by n2. So if I run this, I'll basically invoke this function. I will do division, do 8, 2. If I run this, well, obviously since we are returning, we have to print this out. I will do console.log. So we got the value 8. So this way, it's not necessary for us to directly return something or do console log. We can actually do it this way. We create a variable, we can do something else. I can even do result times 2 and then run this. This time it will give me 8 again. So basically whatever you want to do, you create that variable and do any kind of manipulation with that variable and actually return the result that you want out of that. So we looked at different ways to obviously create function. You can create a variable inside a function. One of the common ways that you will see in this course for creating a function would be using arrow function. So the way arrow function works is, well, let's take a look at it. So I'm going to create just the way we were been creating this different functions. So we covered sum, multiplication, division, and this time what I would do is, let's say we want to do sum again. I will call this sum2, and we will pass in n1, n2. Now notice what I'm doing this time is I'm creating a variable, but I haven't passed in the function value over here. Instead, I'm going to create this arrow, and then I would just open up my curly brackets. Then here I would do same thing as last time, n1 plus n2. So what's happening here is, instead of creating a function or using the keyword function here, I'm instead using this arrow. So which is hence the reason we are calling it an arrow function. So if I basically print this out, I do console.log sum2. This won't work because I have to pass in the value. So I will say sum2 could be 2 and 4. There you go. We got 6 over here. So instead of, if you want to do like this way, another way commonly you're going to see in the new code base is actually being used it this way. So you're going to do sum2, n1, n2, and this. And the advantage of using arrow function is I can actually convert this into a single line of code. So instead of doing this, what I'm going to do is copy it here, paste it here, and then comment this out. So remove my curly brackets and then directly just do n1 plus n2. And if I hit run now, there you go, we got the value 6 again. So we just converted this 3 line of code into a single line of code. So that's the advantage you get with arrow function. You can basically convert your big line of code into a single line. So something to keep in mind here, that we are using the return. So for return, what happens after the arrow function, if you don't pass in this curly brackets, it would assume anything out of here would get returned. So you have to provide some kind of expression. So whatever you will put in here is actually what will get returned. So you gotta keep in mind here that whatever you're putting is the value that's being returned. All right, so that was a short introduction to functions. Hope you understand how they work and when to use them. So try this out on your own, and once you're ready, I'll see you in the next one.